We now look at finding the cost price given the selling price and the profit or the loss. Let us start with an example of the profit. Suppose a merchant has an item, a merchant has an item he sold for $220. For $220. That made him a profit. That made him a profit of 10%. What was the cost price for the item? So we set it out. Cost price, which we could call CP, is equal to 100%. That's always the cost to the merchant, 100%. Now the selling price which we could call SP, would be equal to 10% plus the 100%. So it would be 100% plus 10%, which would be equal to 110%. So 110% would represent the selling price, which is $220. Set up, we could put 110 over 100 is equal to 220. Now, set up the proportions. Setting up the proportions, we do 110 over 100 equals 220 over x. So that's our proportions. Proportion. Solving for x. Well, we can either isolate x by inverting or by multiplying both sides by x and then multiplying both sides by 100 over 110. But let's just invert. So inverting, we can have it this way then. 100 over 110 would be equal to x over 220. Notice that in inverting, we haven't lost anything since we have inverted both sides. Whatever we do to one side of an equation, we must do to the other side. So now we can simply solve for x by multiplying both sides by 220. So we get 220 times 100 over 110 is equal to x over 220 times 220. Well, now the 220's cancel, and we can solve on the other side, which will give us 110 into itself once, 220 and 220 twice, and now we will get 2 times 100 is 200 is equal to x. So the cost price is equal to $200.